HRSA is not providing oversight to the program?
So this is a personal one for me since I worked at HRSA. So I think there's two parts to my answer. One is HRSA has been struggling with their lack of regulatory guidance, which I know is a very wonky term. But essentially, in creating the 340B program, Congress didn't say, HRSA, you have the authority to issue regulations to run the program. And regulations actually have they're legally binding on entities. So they only have that authority in a couple areas, which means most of the program is run through guidance, which is not legally binding. And so HRSA's and they've been asking Congress for years, please help us, give us regulatory authority, and they have not gotten it. But it's hard to do oversight against guidance because the entities are interpreting it the best they can, and there's lots of gray area and not a lot of clear-cut guidance. So they do oversights. They do 100+ audits every year of entities, and they post all their findings on the HRSA website. You can read all about it if you want to, and they do catch stuff. And I think most of it is genuine misunderstanding and error, and the entity corrects it, and they'll go on their way. And sometimes they kick people out of the program and that's their job, is to find they'll get reports, or a manufacturer will flag an entity, and HRSA is able to respond to that. But to me, the core is that they don't have that authority from Congress to be this is allowed and this is not allowed. And so if they can't do that, oftentimes entities are is this the right way to interpret this part of it? And so I think it's not HRSA saying, go do whatever you want, entities. It's them really trying to do the best they can with the limited resources that they have.
Yeah, and I think the intent or the desire to do more.
Yeah.
But also, that is very dependent on congressional action.
Yeah.
So.
And I will also mention health centers have oversight from the other part of HRSA, from the health center program. And so oftentimes if the health center program's on site and they raise an issue with 340B, they can refer their call. There's lots of ways that health centers can get support and technical assistance before an issue happens, which is why I think we see fairly low rates of noncompliance. So
yeah,
it's an advantage.